welcome to Weigh In. I'm doing this late today because I had my 6-month checkup with my endocrinologist today. I don't want to be able to tell you what he said, if it was good or if it was bad. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's just get right to the weigh in. Oh, my page turned. It's windy out here today. It's nice. It's warm. But sitting up here in the shade, I'll still probably squint because there's some sun right there, but hold on. Okay, so I weighed in today at 322.2 for a loss of 2.5. That puts me at 54.9. I told Joan, I'm not lying, I was going to be salty as you know what if I had not lost no weight, because I have been working it. I'm going to tell you what, not gone over my points, not one single day, rolled over I think practically every day, still had 40, 39, 38 weeklies left from yesterday when we started back over today. Now, that loss, I lost another point, so now I'm at 37 points. A couple weeks ago I was at 39, last week I went to 38, this week I went to 37, so I don't know about that. But considering I didn't eat them all this past week, I shouldn't have any problem doing it this week. The difference is, I'm telling you right now, the difference is mindset. My mind, knock on wood, because you know, I'll worry about them jinxes. Knock on wood, it's where it's gonna stay. It is to the point to where I talk to myself, I talk myself out of eating, I weigh and I measure. I don't want to, and I hate it. I detest weighing and measuring food. I pretty much I don't like it. There's a word I'm looking for. I resent it. That's it. I resent the fact that I have to weigh and measure my food. But you know what? I got myself here, so I got to get myself out. That is the card. I done forgot what it said. I pulled my card out. I am looking at my tree. When they cut, you remember me telling y'all they cut my tree down off of them power lines? And it is a humongous oak tree. They took the whole front side and left a couple limbs on the bottom, and it is hanging there. It is pitiful looking. It is pitiful looking. At least I still got this much of shade on this side of the tree, but they butchered it. And now that the leaves have come back out, I can really tell how bad it is. It's a wonder David don't cut them off. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. It was work. Don't look for the quick way, work for it, something like that. Listen, I know good and well I am not the only one that has looked for the quick way, the fast way. Now, I know there's some of y'all out there that have too. Instead of the way that you got to put the work in, we want something that's we're gonna blink our eyes and we're gonna have lost weight. There's gonna be some magic pill, and we know there is no magic pill. Now, let me tell you about my walk, and then I'm gonna tell you about the doctor too. So Saturday, I don't normally walk on Saturday. I normally just take Saturday off. Then Sunday, I walked 25 minutes. Monday, we had storms all day. I mean, storms, thunder, lightning, the whole 9 yards. So I did not walk Monday. Tuesday, I walked for 20 minutes. Now, it was windy. Really windy that day, and it made me think about when Holly was in high school. She went to the same high school I went to, so did RJ. And the campus has several buildings on it, so it's not all in one building. Well, she had to go from the main building across the yard, whatever you call it. There's a name for that area that I can't even remember what we called it. So she had to go from that one across there, and she come home, and it was windy that day. I mean, it was terrible. And she told me, she said, I had to walk sideways. The wind kept blowing her over. She had to walk from building to building sideways. I've never had that problem. I've never had to walk. Well, I walk sideways now just to get down my steps, but that's not because the wind's blowing me. So, oh, and I was going to tell you, Tuesday too, I put myself a note here because I wanted to tell you. Last night, I tried the new recipe. It was on my menu plan called potato burgers and gravy. I even filmed it. I'm like, oh, new recipe, I'll film it. Low points. I did it. You just basically make a hamburger patty with shredded potatoes in it. So, how could that be bad? When I fried them, I had to brown them on both sides. They smelled real good, just like a hamburger and hash browns or something, you know. And then what you do is after you brown it, you don't cook it, you brown it. You put beef bouillon, beef broth, whatever you want to use, and then you cook it for 35 minutes. And oh, when you get through with that, you take it out and you make a little quick gravy. Well, I put it on my plate, I cut it open, it was beautiful. Perfectly done meat, moist and tender. I mean, it was on point until, hold on, there's a school bus. Until I sat down to the dinner table and took a bite. Should have been called Alpo burgers. When David got up, I said, he come out of the shower, I was back in the craft room working on that stinking menu. I've been working on it for 2 days now. I ain't got it finished yet. He come from the bathroom taking his shower to the bedroom. I said, stop by and see me before you go in there to eat. He said, okay. He come in there, he said, what's up? I said, them was Alpo burgers. I could not get past. Now, I ain't never eaten no dog food, but they had the texture of what canned dog food. Kids over sound like a goose a-calling or something. That's youngins. Yeah. But it had the texture of wet dog food. I couldn't get past it to taste it. I couldn't just go with the taste of it to get past the texture of it. And normally David's the texture person. If it's got a weird texture, he will not eat it, no matter what it is. He ate it. I'm like, are you eating that? He said, I keep telling myself they're just potatoes, they're just potatoes. I'm like, not me. Couldn't eat it, couldn't do it. So I didn't have any protein for supper last night. And I didn't even have a snack. I guess it just turned my stomach. I didn't even eat nothing else after bed, or before bed, I should say. After supper, I just had my serving of noodles that I measured and a little bit of asparagus. I really wasn't in the mood for it, so I had maybe 4 little teeny weeny little spears of asparagus and a half a cup of noodles. So that was that. Yeah, that's why y'all not seeing no potato burger. It was in a budget cookbook. That was not good on my budget because I threw mine away. Then today, today I walked 30 minutes, but it wasn't a good 30 minutes. It was a slow 30 minutes. Let me lay this down. It was a slow 30 minutes because here, I'm gonna tell you, this is my conundrum. My knees are, my knees are already worn out. They're bone on bone. They needed replacing when I was 49 years old, and I'm 58. He told me when I was 49 I weighed too much, and I think I weighed just over 200 pounds, something over 200 pounds. Good 100 pounds more now. So for 11 years, they've been, well, it's going to be, not 11 years, 9 years, it's going to be 10 years this July. I'll be 59. So there's 10 years of just gaining weight. And if they had fixed them back then, which I don't think I was too big. I was just kind of a regular sized person to me. So they had just progressively gotten to the point to where now, since I started walking, I feel good, but probably maybe Saturday or Sunday, they started knobbing out on me. And it's worse on the inside. So the insides are like doing this number because they're gone. They're just bone on bone. And it's getting to where I can't get up off the toilet. I have a handicap thing on one side and the sink on the other. And if it weren't for those two things, I'd have to have help. And that's been happening since Saturday or Sunday, I guess. So I think my walking, although it's good for me, I can feel it in my pants. It's helping me lose weight. I've got energy. I'm enjoying the walking part of it, the feeling good part of it. I think I'm hurting my knees because I'm grinding them. So I'm going to cut it back instead of going 4 and 5 days a week. This week was 4 because it rained, but it would have been 5. So I think I'm just going to go every other day. I don't think I want to push it. I say do the hard thing, but if the hard thing is messing with your health, you can't. So I don't think I should push myself to do it if it's grinding my knees to the point that I can't get up. I had to have him bring me my walker in there because I've got just that walker that ground up the sidewalk. I got to keep it in here in the house because I need it sometimes. But I couldn't get up off my craft chair. My knees just dropped me right back down to my seat. And so I had to holler in there and get him to bring me my walker. So I'm thinking, I don't personally feel like a failure cutting it back because if I get to the point where I can't pull myself up off the toilet, I'm quitting because I'm not calling him in there every time I got to go pee. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not doing it. And then he's not here, and Holly's not here, and even she's pregnant. Even if she was here, she couldn't pull my big old behind up. So I'm not going to push myself anymore, but I'm going to go, I think, every other day. So I'm still going to get my walking in, just not as much, and maybe not as long. But today, that 30 minutes was a very slow 30 minutes because I was just... I think that was a butterfly. You know, I say butterflies are Noel visiting. I think that's what that was. At first I thought it was a bee. I'm sorry. So, but anyway, the doctor, he was very pleased with my diabetes. He said it was under control nicely. So A1C, he said, was fine. Blood sugars were fine because, you know, they read your meter. They pull your information off your meter. And then he said he doesn't need to see me for another 6 months. So I'm good to go there. He just wants my primary to check my thyroid next time she draws blood, which will be the next time I see her because she gets it every time. But I think that's all I know today. I don't really, this is kind of a boring video. I don't know nothing else. I don't have nothing fun to tell you about. I will tell you this. It was horn day. I had to blow my horn twice today. Anybody else out there blow their horn? Listen, my car has got to have a radio and it's got to have a horn. If my horn don't work, I will just be beating that steering wheel trying to get it to work because I will blow at somebody. Right up 1 block from here, I go out of my road, go up that way. She pulls out. It's the little road right here. She noses out, and I let off the gas. And I'd be darned if she didn't just gun it out in front of me. I mean, we were like this. I laid on that horn. I was not happy. Then, just coming back from the doctor, it's in another town on this long road between the towns, you know. And we get to the big intersection before you get to the main road that comes to my house. It's a huge intersection, and there's lots of lights to take turns. So we're sitting there with a green arrow, just sitting there, as my stepdad used to say, with our head in a duffel bag. So I'm like 1, 2, 4 cars back, and I laid on my horn, and they just sat there. But that does remind me of something I know for a fact I have told y'all before. My papa Mama and Papa. That's what we called him. He was one of these. If he was sitting at the light and if he didn't go immediately and you blowed your horn at him, he would sit there through the whole cycle until the next time it turned green, and then he would go. You see, I have defiance in my blood. I can't help it. As Holly would say, that's just who I am. So, anyway, I think that's all I know today. So, I just want to encourage you to keep it up. If you're off track, if you're struggling, if you're having a hard time getting it all together in a pile, as Mom would say, just get it up here. Ross on Friends, Unagi. Jody, I know you know that if you're watching. It is all in here. It is all in here. This controls this. If you can get this on the right wavelength, you'll get this on the same wavelength. So that's where I'm working at now. I'm working on just telling myself, you don't need that. Those sugar-free chocolate-covered peanuts that I got from Nutstop, I tasted them. I didn't gorge on them last night. I tasted like 2 of them after I got through taping, and they were good. I pointed them out today, and a serving of 40 grams was 7 points. Well, I wanted some while I was in there working on my menu, but I didn't want 7 points worth. I said, I'll take whatever's 3 points worth. So I got out my little thing and I measured out my little 3 points worth of chocolate covered peanuts, and that's what I ate. So I was very proud of myself, because normally I would just get that bag and sit over there at my chair and go to town. So there is something. Do y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that? Somebody's mad. You know why they mad? Because they cut my daggum tree down. That's what they mad. That's what they mad about. Oh my gosh, you know what David did? So I used to do it when I could climb back and up and down off the truck. I would just back the truck up and get the whatever I was using and trim the tree limbs, right? Well, he was doing that the other week, and he had like on it's something he puts on the end of his weed eater that'll saw limbs and things. So he was on the back of the truck and he was sawing limbs, and when he backed up, he's got one of those, because it's a pickup truck and it's one of those that's got 2 windows and then the window in the middle slides. Well, he hit one side of it and busted a hole straight through it. So last week, one day, he had ordered him a new back glass, and me and him put it in. The front window cracked probably 3/4 of the way over. Been that way forever, and I had fussed and fussed and fussed. I said, I don't want you going down the road, and then that thing decided to give and just fall in on you. So when he got the back one in, I guess he realized how nice it looked. So he just got him a front glass in the other day. I took him over there and they did. Remember I told you they couldn't do it over here, but they did it at the shop. So his truck's got all new glass in it. So I don't know why I was telling you that. Oh, because I was fussing about that tree. Listen, whatever that is, it's still up there just a fussing. Well, I'm going to go because this is a boring video. Listen, I'm about to go to sleep myself. So I'll just see you on my next one. How about that? Bye.